If you really want to find the fastest man in college, you should probably take a look at the football field first. Jordan Anthony is a football player, or at least he was at the University of Arkansas. And in 2025, he won the NCAA Indoor Championship in the 60-meter dash and the 100-meter dash. But College Football 25, when that game dropped, did not give him a 99 overall speed rating. That is not just a mistake. As far as I'm concerned, it's incredibly disrespectful. And since he decided to turn professional in track and field, he ain't gonna be in College Football 26. But I actually wanted to take a look at this year's game and find out who do they think are the fastest men in college, because I'm the guy who does high school national recruit rankings. And all that is for all the events, I put a lot of effort into the sprinters, specifically. That is why I know who's supposed to be fast in this game. Because track and field is the sport where if you are fast, you go out there and prove it. I get it. There's a debate between football speed versus track speed. As far as I can tell, if you really think you're fast, then go into the sport where people prove it. The gun will go off and you can get to the line first and let us know what you have. Remember, College Football 26 has acceleration, it has speed, but it also has agility and other ratings. So when we say the word speed, I'm just going to interpret that as top speed. Like how fast can you actually go when you're in top gear? And if you want to know if I actually play the game, I haven't bought 26 yet, probably going to wait a good while before I do, but I've played a whole bunch of hours on College Football 25 and have the Dynasty files to prove it. So with that in mind, I am going to break down who they say are the fastest men in the game and let you know who is real and who is not. Because becoming the fastest man in College Football 26 isn't just about football. The truth is, Jordan Anthony is proof that if you're the fastest man in football, you might just be the fastest man in college, regardless of whether you wear pads or not. Starting off with the three men they gave 99 overall ratings to, Barian Brown of LSU is one of them. I'm sure he has a fast 40-yard dash time. Like, he had better if they gave him a 99. But as far as track and field is concerned, he is only a low 4-star recruit as far as I can tell. Like when you go back to his high school report, don't get me wrong, he is fast. That's what a 4-star is. But when I say low 4-star, I mean, there's still a whole bunch of other guys who you would take over him on the track. And I have to point that out because I'm going to give you the other two names that they gave 99s out to, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Rodrick Pleasant is the next one. He transferred from Oregon to UCLA, and he was a 5-star sprinting recruit when he came out of high school. And he's been running at the University of Oregon, like last season, that's what he was doing, and he even went 10.16 seconds wind legal. That is incredibly fast. So if you want to give him a 99, I guess I could buy that. Personally, I would give him a 98. And I'll even tell you the reason. Because if you're giving him a 99, considering another name on this list that doesn't have one, I mean, you're going to have to make that make sense to me. Rodrick Pleasant did make it to the NCAA regional meet, but he didn't make it to the national championship event. So for that reason, we know that he is fast. One of the fastest men in college, I'll give you that. But considering the standard that I think a 99 should be, I would actually give him a 98. But it is what it is. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. And the next 99 in the game is a name that I actually understand. Nyck Harbor of South Carolina. If you play College Football 26, or even 25 for that matter, you probably already know about him. Because with his combination of size and speed, to be a 99 is a big deal. But just to remember what he did on the track, he made the NCAA championship in the 100 and the 200 as a freshman competing for the Gamecocks. So yes, he is really that fast. His 100 PR with like 10.11 wind legal, so a little bit faster than Rodrick Pleasant, who did it this past year. But regardless, if you want to give him a 99 because you're in the national championship meet for the 100 meter dash specifically, you can hold that spot as far as I can tell. But when you get to the 98s, this is where things get incredibly interesting or very confusing depending on how you look at it. Julian Humphrey of Texas A&M got a 98 overall rating. And as a sprinter, again going back to high school numbers, he would have been no higher than a low 4-star recruit at best. So if we put him at the New Balance National Meet or the Nike Outdoor Nationals or anything like that, he might not even make the final. No shade, just being honest. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure he's fast. But remember, we're talking about a speed rating, not agility, not quickness, not any of that other stuff. Speed is its own rating in the game, and they gave him a 98, but it is what it is. And the next name is King Mack, who plays for Penn State. They gave him a 98, and as a track and field recruit, he would have been actually a high 4-star sprinter. But here's the thing. It's primarily based on what he does in the 400-meter dash, not the 200, not the 100. So when you're talking about speed rating, again, just being real, nobody really cares that much about what you're doing in the 400 or something fat, like higher in distance than that. I mean, we can't pull milers and give them high speed ratings. It just wouldn't fit for what we're trying to test. So he's fast. That part, I believe. And I'm sure he had the 40-yard dash time to match. But on the track, because he ran 100s and 200s, nothing actually adds up to him being the fastest man. Just saying. And after all that, there was one name in particular that I have to address. Jelani Watkins of LSU is not a 99. They gave him a 98. And let me tell you why giving him a 98 is actually criminal. Jelani Watkins was the number 2 sprinting recruit in his recruitment class before he got to LSU. The only guy ahead of him decided to go pro in the event. Like in the 100 specifically, that's what happened. But Jelani Watkins didn't just become number 2 coming out of high school. Unlike Rodrick Pleasant, again, I'm just trying to make a comparison. He showed up as a freshman, and unlike Nyck Harbor even, he went 10.01 seconds wind legal, and then made the NCAA championship final in the 100 and got the bronze medal. I am not making any of this up. If that is true, Jelani Watkins is clearly not just one of the fastest men on the track, but if you put him on the football field, I dare you to find somebody who's faster than him. He came to the sport where you actually prove it, and proved it. To put it all in perspective, one of the men whom he beat in the NCAA championship final was an Olympic semifinalist in the 100-meter dash, and another was a world championship semifinalist in the 100-meter dash. That is the type of talent that Jelani Watkins actually has on the track. He deserves a 99 overall speed rating. So if you're giving it to Nyck Harbor, you gotta give it to him. And if you're giving it to Rodrick Pleasant, you gotta give it to him. And as far as I can tell, nobody else in the game has track stats that are comparable to those names. If you're somebody else, maybe you're a 98. If you're asking me, if you're a low 4-star recruit in track and field as a sprinter in the 100, you might be a 96 overall rating. That's how I would do the scale. I would walk those kids out where obviously the 99s have to be protected. It's an incredibly short list. I say 2, but you can make it 3 if you really want to. And then from there, you've got the 98s and the 97s all the way down to those 96s. If you never ran track, or at least we don't have any numbers to go off of, I don't care what your 40-yard dash time is. If we're talking about a speed rating specifically, not acceleration, not quickness, not agility, things that would roll together with speed, you should at least be no higher than a 95. Because if you were that fast, you would have showed up in the one sport where you actually prove it. I am aware that I am just one man with an opinion, but albeit I like to believe that opinion is an informed one. So when you play the game this year, if you really want to use the fastest men in college, now you know who they actually are. And as far as I can tell, they update the ratings for the players as the season goes on. So I'm willing to bet that at some point later this season, Jelani Watkins is magically going to turn into a 99 overall speed rating. And if EA really wants to get their speed ratings right in college football 26, they should probably hit me up, because I'm going to have to check my calendar and determine if I'm available. In the sport of track and field, race day is honestly the easy part, because all of the real work gets put in when nobody is watching. When you wear Every Day is Training Day gear, you can let the whole world know that your success in competition is not an accident. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below, and it always comes with free shipping. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.